Hi everyone, I'm Sarah from TaxBandits, and thank you for joining our webinar today on the API process. So you didn't love the 1099 tax season? Why automating the process is a game changer. I'm super excited to go over all the ways an API integration can benefit your business and streamline your tax filing needs. On our agenda today, what exactly is TaxBandits API? How does the API power the 1099 process? How can we automate W-9s and W-8 collections? How can we add TIN matching as a critical step to ensuring that our returns are filed successfully? What various endpoints do we have to work with, and where do we find them? How do we use webhooks to verify our data? How do we track status updates? And what do we do if we need to file corrections? Before we dive into TaxBandits API, let's review what an API is. An API, also known as an application programming interface, is a set of rules, protocols, and tools that allow different software applications to communicate and interact with each other. You can think of it like a messenger that lets different software programs talk to each other, and it's the set of rules and tools for how they can exchange information and work together. It's almost like a bridge that helps different apps understand each other's language so that they can collaborate smoothly. TaxBandits API allows developers to automate the IRS filing process of various forms with the IRS, SSA, and state agencies by integrating TaxBandits with their existing software. By building this integration, companies are able to seamlessly prepare forms to file directly from their programs. We're utilizing a public REST API that will be using HTTP requests. HTTP requests are like messengers that shuttle information between your app and servers. They're incredibly versatile and capable of handling various tasks, such as sending and receiving data. And because so many programs understand this language, connecting your app to ours becomes incredibly seamless. Another advantage of HTTP requests is that they can manage multiple requests simultaneously, ensuring smooth and scalable app performance. At this time, TaxBandits supports about 70 forms in our API, but we are continuously expanding our offerings. Now that we've covered what an API is, why choose TaxBandits API? TaxBandits API stands out due to its seamless integration capabilities, comprehensive features, and robust performance. Here are just a few reasons why you would benefit from integrating with our API. One is our simplified integration process. We offer straightforward integration with your existing systems, which reduces development time and effort. Compliance assurance with TaxBandits API, you can ensure compliance with tax regulations effortlessly. Our platform stays updated with the latest tax laws and requirements, ensuring accurate and reliable tax filings. Scalability. Our API is designed to handle large volumes of data and user requests, making it suitable for businesses of all sizes. You can rely on our API to deliver a consistent performance, even during peak seasons, regardless of if you're filing 1,000 forms to hundreds of thousands of forms. And most importantly, exceptional support. We offer dedicated support to assist you throughout the integration process and beyond. Our team is committed to providing prompt assistance and resolving any issues or queries you may have through your onboarding process. Whether you're facing technical challenges or need guidance on optimizing your tax processes, we're here to help every step of the way. TaxBandits API can be implemented in your application or system using standard HTTP request and JSON data format. Here's an overview of how it would work. You would begin your integration setup by obtaining your API credentials from TaxBandits, including an API key or token. This key will authenticate your request to the TaxBandits API. Once you have your credentials, you can start making HTTP requests to the TaxBandits API endpoints. These requests can include actions such as creating businesses, submitting tax filings, and retrieving tax forms. When sending data to the API, we want to ensure that it's properly formatted according to the JSON structure. This ensures that the API can understand and process your request accurately. Include your API key in the request headers to authenticate your requests. This will ensure that only authorized users can access the API endpoints. After sending a request to the API, you'll receive a response containing the requested data or an acknowledgement of the action taken. Make sure to handle these responses appropriately within your application. In case of errors, the API will provide error codes and detailed messages to help you identify and troubleshoot issues. Implementing error handling mechanisms in your application can assist with easily handling such scenarios. Before deploying your application, thoroughly test your integration with TaxBandits API in our testing environment or sandbox to ensure that everything works as expected. Once everything's been validated by our team, you can deploy your application for production use. You'll want to regularly monitor your integration for any errors or performance issues. We'll keep you updated with any changes or updates to the TaxBandits API to ensure continued compatibility and optimal performance. Now that we know how to integrate our API, why would we want to automate the process? There are several benefits to automating your tax filing process. Automation eliminates the need for manual data entry and processing, which saves valuable time for businesses and individuals. Tasks that once took hours or days to complete manually can now be completed within minutes or even seconds. By automating the process, we also reduce the risk of human error associated with manual data entry and calculations. By leveraging automatic systems, you can ensure that tax filings are accurate and compliant with regulations, minimizing the likelihood of costly mistakes or penalties. Our automated process will streamline workflows and increase efficiency by eliminating repetitive tasks. When you automate a process, you also ensure consistency. With tax filings, this can be extremely beneficial since this consistency helps maintain data integrity and ensures compliance with regulatory requirements. With the API comes scalability. You can efficiently accommodate growth, and automated systems can handle varying volumes of data with ease, ensuring a consistent performance. Automated reminders and notifications can help you stay informed about upcoming deadlines and rejections so you can take timely action, ensuring that you're constantly in compliance. By automating the process, you can also take advantage of the valuable insights captured by analyzing large volumes of data. These insights can help you to identify trends and optimize tax planning strategies. We want to emphasize that our commitment to security goes far above and beyond industry standards. We've implemented a comprehensive array of security measures that exceed standard practice to safeguard your sensitive data. Our approach encompasses state-of-the-art encryption protocols, stringent access controls, and rigorous monitoring systems. Additionally, we conduct regular security audits and maintain compliance with industry regulations to ensure the highest level of protection for your information. When you trust us with your tax-related data, you can have full confidence in our dedication to maintaining the most strict standards of security and privacy. We place the highest priority on security. We're SOC 2 certified and exceed industry standards for data protection. Our authentication system relies on JSON Web Tokens for secure access. All personal identifiable information stored in our database is encrypted using advanced algorithms. Data transmission is secured through TLS encryption protocols. We ensure privacy by implementing TIN masking for sensitive information. Additionally, we employ throttling mechanisms and IP whitelisting to prevent and mitigate potential attacks on our system. With these measures in place, TaxBandits guarantees the utmost security and confidence for your data. Now we can get started on the form flow. First, you'll start in your Sandbox account. Once you've completed your testing, our team will review your logs, looking for anything that may interfere with a successful transmission in your live environment. Once we have confirmed that, you can head to the developer console and retrieve your API credentials. With these credentials, you'll be able to begin the process of creating, validating, and transmitting your forms to the IRS, SSA, and various state agencies. You'll decide how you want to distribute your recipient copies, and finally, track the statuses of the forms that you have filed. Form W-9 and W-8 allow businesses to request the TIN from vendors and independent contractors that they work with. We offer several cool features within this collection process. If your vendors or independent contractors are not all US citizens, you have the option to call a WH certificate endpoint. This endpoint will allow your recipients to select if they're a citizen or a non-citizen, and based on their answer, TaxBandits will generate the appropriate form. You can request W-9s and W-8s through a request by email method or a request by URL method. Both can be branded to your company's logo, which allows for easy recognition by your recipients. TIN matching is a critical component for IRS compliance. In the TaxBandits API, our TIN matching will verify that the TIN shared by your vendors or independent contractors match what the IRS has in their database. Once TIN matching is requested, we instantly send that data to the IRS for validation against their system. Based on the IRS response time, you will shortly after receive an update. By enabling TIN matching in your API process, you will ensure that data's accuracy. When you're ready to begin your 1099 form filing, we have several endpoints for you to utilize. You can create businesses, create federal and state filing forms, enable postal mailing or online access, and also generate Form 1096. You can find extensive documentation on all these properties in our development console. You can track your form statuses by taking advantage of our webhooks. These webhooks will be used to communicate status changes as forms are received, approved, etc. by the IRS, SSA, and various state agencies. You can configure your webhooks in the Developer Control Panel and track the statuses easily on your dashboard. The status updates that you can expect to encounter are created, transmitted, under processing, sent to agency, accepted, or rejected. Our API is going to go through extensive data validations. This will help ensure the accuracy of forms transmitted. Our system is going to be checking for IRS business rule violations, incomplete fields, fields that don't meet the agency's formatting specifications or character limits. It will be checking for errors, duplicate forms, incomplete TINs, and much more. We've enabled extensive error and validation checkpoints to reduce the likelihood of rejected forms. In the event a form is rejected, TaxBandits has a process in place to get you back on track. If the form was rejected due to incorrect payer or payee name, incorrect TINs, etc., you'll be notified via webhooks, and you'll then have an opportunity to correct the error and resubmit. We've put a ton of effort into making our docs user-friendly and easy to navigate. You can find all the supported endpoints, steps, and sample code within our extensive documentation. Feel free to check it out and begin your integration knowing that you're fully supported by the TaxBandits API integration team. Some popular questions that we encounter. What is the timeline? A typical timeline varies based on the size of your development team. Are you a one-man show or do you have a full team working on your project? We've seen a complete integration turnaround within a few weeks to a few months. What is the cost? Our API cost differs from our retail site and they're not available online. Please reach out to our API team for more details. What if I need a form or service you don't support? If you need a form or service that we don't support, ask. That's the beauty of us having an in-house development team. We're able to add forms at user request. This is actually how our API has grown over the years. When clients have needed a form or service that we don't support, chances are you're not the only one. So we're more than happy to prioritize expansion based on user needs and wants. So please ask. We want to hear from you. What API topics are you interested in hearing more about? Thanks for joining us. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out. We're excited to get started on your project.